Common idea with stocks is to buy low and to sell high.
I've heard
Obviously.
that. I've heard that.
I've heard that too. This can translate into cryptocurrency as well, something called the Fear and Greed Index.
Now, the thing is, I don't know what on stocks, what kind of tools they have to measure the fear or greed. Maybe they got stuff in there over there too, but there's something that's a great tool that helps us to measure and actually condenses several different data points into an index, a number that tells you, okay, where are we at? How much fear, how much greed is there in the cryptocurrency market?
And based on that, you'll know whether you should buy or sell your cryptocurrency holdings.
Basically, the idea is very simple. If we're in a very greedy market, then it's probably a good time to get some profits out. Especially cryptocurrency. You can see, if you look at the trends, we kind of have these upswings,
Giant
and then we come back
spikes
down, we have a
up.
correction. We up and we correct, and we up and correct. And so that's the time. If you have a good holding, you've made some profit, then take some profits off. And then wait and see when it comes back down. When we get down into a fearful market, then that's a good time to sell. And that's usually
That's a good time to buy.
Or yes, thank you. Of course,
That's a good time to buy.
So a lot of cases, people do the opposite. Even though they know they shouldn't, they get fearful, and because everyone else is selling out, then they will sell out when they are at the low, and they take a loss. Like, oh, I'm afraid it's going to keep going down and down and down. What if cryptocurrency is going to disappear, and it's all just a scam, and it's all, nothing. That's the fears, all those things, it's just going to disappear. But it's been around for 10 years. It's got some pretty good permanence. From what
Obviously, you could just hold on for forever, see it all the way through until it becomes $1 again. But
yeah, at some point it will, of course, go away. I mean, like everything else, right? Eventually, we'll all go away. The world will be destroyed, probably.
Yeah, who knows?
All that. Who knows?
But in the meantime, let's make some money.
Yeah, right. So, I mean, just to break it down, you can go and look at this as well. But it's on the official one. The actual site is on Alternative.
Alternative.me.
Alternative.me. They break down the different data points that they use. They also show the index over time. So you can see in the past what it's been. You can watch and see, compare that with the market and what it's done. So you can kind of get a feel for how the index has correlated with the fluctuations in different cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum as the top performers.
And they do this by monitoring specific keywords like buy Bitcoin or Coinbase, as well as Bitcoin crash. So they're monitoring keywords of what people are going to be searching for if they're greedy or looking to get into it, or if they're fearful and looking to get out of it, a Bitcoin crash, for example. So they're monitoring those so you can have a good idea of where the market is currently at in that greed and fear cycle.
Data sources, they look at volatility. So they actually measure the changes in the market itself, and they interpret that as a sign fearful market. So they say we're measuring the current volatility and max drawdowns of Bitcoin and compare with the corresponding average values of the last 30 days and 90 days. We argue that an unusual rise in volatility is a sign of a fearful market. So if we've got a lot of an increase in the volatility, then that they are interpreting as saying that's indicating a fearful market, because you got a lot more of changing hands. People aren't just holding what they have, they are liquidating or buying, right. And so there's a lot of movement there. And so then you got market momentum volume, that's how many transactions are taking place as well. They interpret that as being greedy, bullish, if there's a certain amount of percentage, change in that. Social media, they'll look at.
They have a lot of different methods of deciding and data points, exact data points of deciding whether the market is greedy or fearful.
Yep. So it's not just some number they make up.
Right.
That's the takeaway here.
It's a lot of different things that they put together to consolidate these data points.
Don't buy when it's extremely greedy.
Right. Sell
then you're going to be at the top. If you're just looking at cryptocurrency now and saying, wow, I don't want to miss out.
Everything's skyrocketing.
Look at this. It's going to go on forever.
Don't buy then. Don't do it.
Nope. You say, okay, hold on a minute. It's going to go back, and you're going to end up holding a lot of investment, whatever you put into it, and you're going to have to wait a long time.
You're not going to be holding anything.
Yeah, well.
It's all going to be gone.
Well, you could sell and take your loss, or you're going to have to hold on to it until it comes back up past where you were.
Which, honestly, it probably
will.
It honestly probably will at this point.
Yep.
With how things are going and how the news is talking about it. If you have any questions or comments, leave it down below. We're going to see you in the next video.
Yep, that's right.
That's correct.